It's a new year, and with it comes a pressure to set new habits, goals, and become a new you. But why not give ourselves a little more grace this time around?
Why not? Here is Jully Black along with mental performance consultant Ayanna Sealey. They are here to share their tips on starting the year with intention and kindness, reflecting on who we were and who we want to become.
Yes.
Good morning and Happy New Year to you both.
Good morning. Happy New Year. Happy new normal. Happy old me.
That's what I was wondering. I was like, what's wrong with our old me?
Yeah. Well, you know, we just always want to strive for a little more,
Sure.
right?
Sure.
New Year, that's maybe a good time to do that. Forbes recently published a study showing that more women feel pressured to set a New Year's resolution than men. Why is this?
So we know that there's so much more pressure on women to look and appear in a particular way. And we come out, you know, the new year starts and everyone comes out with all this new vigor and energy and gusto. And it seems as though there's more pressure on women to feel better, look better, go to the gym, fitness routines, diet, all of this stuff, right? Because of the societal pressures, because of social media, because of what we see in these, you know, times, this is what happens. And so women have a slight edge. It's 64% versus men, 60%.
Okay. Well, regardless of the genders there, a lot of people, regardless of that, can't stick to their goals that they set. And why is that?
So there's about an average of about 3 to 3.5 months where it dwindles, right? You set these amazing goals, again, back to the energy and the vitality, and you're coming out of the holiday and the past year, and you come out and you're like, I'm gonna do all of this. But it dwindles, some before, some after. And for me, it's about what is your why? What is your intention? Why are you setting these goals? Because if you are relying on external pressure or extrinsic motivation, you're comparing yourself to other people, seeing what other people are doing versus having that intrinsic motivation. Why do I want to improve? Why do I want to grow? Then it's quite possible that it'll dwindle because the motivation is and the intention, right? So really focus on the why. Why am I doing this? Why do I want to? Do I want to be a better version of myself, or do I want to keep up with everyone else?
Yeah. And, you know, it's tough to take a hard look in the mirror and to set goals. I mean, you got to be really vulnerable, I think, at times to be able to do that. So, Julia, how do you navigate that?
Well, I set a big, audacious, gigantic goal 2 years ago to be on tour now. And back then, we didn't know how it was going to be possible. My manager, Jason, said, it's going to take about 2 years. I'm like, 2 years? And here we are going to go on this tour, self-funded, and go across the country and meet people. You know, some venues might have 50 people, some venues might have 2,000 people, but not that pressure of, okay, you know what, I want to be with the Swifties and let's do it how Taylor's doing it. Yeah, that's great, but how about appreciating what would a Starbucks look like with these 50 people? It'd be crowded. I'd be so happy. So it's perspective, and also just like putting myself out there in like a bodysuit, on a flyer. Like, what is that at 47? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what I mean? The hips don't lie. And so we're making sure everyone knows that.
But not everyone is going to do that. Like, that's a heck of an end goal. Saying 2 years from now, I want to do a tour. And that's amazing. Like, because when you've manifested it, right? You've put it out there and you're like, I'm going to make this happen. But when people do that, they kind of forget. It seems sometimes unrealistic or too big a goal to get there, and they lose their footing along the way.
So don't forget, you can set big goals and you can set big dreams, but you can also celebrate all of the little things that are happening along the way. Yeah. How often are we so focused on a big goal that we forget to stop and be present and be mindful and give ourselves a pat on the back and say, I've done amazing things along the way to this big goal. Right? Yeah. It's important to stop, celebrate your wins. It's okay to be like, that was good, because it's about the journey. We know this, the journey, not the destination. So if you're focused on that, you're gonna miss all of these little important steps along the way.
Yeah, and just to jump in, when I think about the amount of Monday motivations, we've sat on this couch for almost 3 years. It's those granular Mondays. I'm saying, hey, you know what, Ayanna, this is how I'm feeling. Could you come talk to everybody about how I'm feeling as an artist? Like, this is what Ayanna does for people, for executives. You don't have to be Jully Black. You don't have to have a tour, but you are your own billboard. Your life is your stage, right? And that's what's important.
So our final 20 seconds, intentions for 2025. Do either of you have any? Do you want to state them out loud? Because there's nothing like saying it on national television to keep you accountable.
I have a word. My Valentine, my fiance and I, my Valentine, our word is lucrative. Everything that we do, think, say, it must be profitable, even in thoughts.
All right.
And for me, ease, grace, and less resistance. Go with the flow.
Love it all. Here's to 2025. Thank you both.